Angelica Prather. I have some exciting news. I'm on TV. Yes, you heard me right. I'm on television. The Chair's Blueprint is coming to you in the midst of your home, sitting on the couch with a blanket, in the midst of your salon suite, in the midst of your break room, or it can be your Monday's educational class for your employees in the salon. So what does that mean? Let me just tell you what that means, okay? You can download Dream World Media Group on your Roku television or on your Roku device. It's free. All you have to do is download, open, and connect with me live. And if you miss it, don't worry, it's on demand. You can watch it over and over and over again. So let's connect, share with your family and friends, hair besties, and let's go. Bringing some gems, dropping the best of the best in the industry, giving you all that I have so that you can win in your business. Let's go.
Well, hello. Welcome to the Chair's Blueprint. This is our second episode. And I am Angelica, your host. And my ultimate goal for the Chair's Blueprint is to empower, inspire beauty professionals, entrepreneurs to carve out their unique path, their blueprint to success, and to take their seat on their throne. Ultimately, to leave a legacy. That is why we're in business. That is why we do things, to inspire, to empower, and encourage people, and just give them a simple blueprint to follow. And if you're new to me, I am Angelica Prather. I am an income strategist, business coach, and a speaker, and also I am a retired hairstylist. I support beauty professionals through my signature program, Charge Your Worth Academy, which helps beauty professionals to charge correctly for their services and increase their income, all while working less. And so that's what I simply do, is just to carve out my unique blueprint to help beauty professionals. And I thoroughly enjoy it. And I can't even express how exciting it is to actually support people in the career that I once had. And that's one of the things that I'm super passionate about. But before we get into all of that, I have to just take a moment out to celebrate the launch of the Chair's Blueprint and the success that it had. You know, when you start and you birth something, you never know what the turnout is going to be. And I can't just thank every listener that has listened on a podcast, that has watched live on YouTube, that has went to my website. I mean, the traffic has been great, but it's ultimately you, the people who actually take time out to show up, to comment, to like, to share with someone else. I will not be where I am without celebrating and having community. And it's so important. I can't stress that enough. Success is a byproduct, but it really, the foundation of a business or the foundation of any success is having community. And I don't take anybody lightly, right? So whether you are tuning in later, if you're catching the replay, then around here, I ask people to put #replay and put something in the comments that resonates with you, because ultimately, I believe that my community can only grow if you are commenting, if you are sharing with someone, if you are just taking a tidbit of what I've said and implement into your business. That is what the Chair's Blueprint is all about. So I'm so excited. That's how much I got to stress it, because I'm very excited. And of course, like I said, community is super important to me, but without community, I couldn't be here. So I just wanted to simply take out the time to ask you to like, share, subscribe, because that helps me get the message out. That helps people to understand there's a space on this online streets or in your car for you to get actionable steps, to help you accelerate in your business. And that's something that I'm super passionate about. So thank you so much. The Chair's Blueprint is started off to a good bang, and I just can't wait to continue to grow. But I really have some exciting news. As you heard me say earlier, I was talking about listening, and the Chair's Blueprint is available on podcasts, and it's going to be It's on Apple Podcasts. It is on Spotify. It's on Anchor. It's on Amazon. So I'm so excited because, of course, it takes a village to actually run a business. And I have an amazing team behind me and I can't thank them enough. So we are now spreading all over. So if you're listening, hello to my listeners. If you're watching me live, hello, hello, hello. And I am just super excited about what the Chairs Blueprint is going to what's going to happen with the Chairs Blueprint. And then also, if you want to be a guest on our podcast or on our live broadcast, you have that opportunity. Just go to my website, angelicaprather.com, and you'll have an opportunity to be a guest. And if you have a unique story and a unique blueprint that is going to help my audience grow and excel, and you're all about empowerment and helping people leave a legacy, be a guest. You can just simply go to angelicaprather.com/join and be a guest. I would love to have another power player because I don't believe I know it all and I don't try to know it all. I try to just bring together community because that's ultimately how we grow. So before we get into all of the juiciness that you came here for today, talking about boundaries, I'm going to just take a quick break and I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Angelica Prather. I've been a hairstylist for 17 years, so I know exactly what it takes to run a business. But I wanted to step up and show up and support my own community so they can start charging their worth. No longer are we on the struggle bus. Nobody has time for that. So I've created Charge Your Worth Academy. You have me teaching you one-on-one in a group coaching setting, implementing the systems and strategies, the recipe to really win financially. Nobody's on a broke wheel. But if you're ready to charge your worth and you're tired of figuring it out all by yourself, this is how you can join. Go to my website, which is angelicaprather.com. And if you happen to be here right now, there is a button down below. Click that button and be ready to join. And so just a little bit of tip. You also get a complimentary 100% free income strategy call. And so what that is you're just talking to me one-on-one, getting to know where you are, where you desire to go, and what's missing from your business. And if you're a perfect fit, you'll join the program. I'll see you soon.
So welcome back. As you've seen from the ad, Charge Your Worth Academy is currently in open enrollment. And I am excited to partner with other beauty professionals. And I say partner because it takes us diving into your business to get you to the threshold of working less and generating more money. So if you happen to be listening and you're a beauty professional, and that is if you're a hairstylist, if you're an esthetician, if you're a barber, if you're a nail tech, and you desire to work less but generate more because you ultimately want to share your stuff in other areas of your life and grow your business, then Charge Your Worth Academy is for you. And we're offering income strategy calls, and you just talk to me and get to see where you are in your business and how I can best support you in that program. So we're having open enrollment. So definitely go and check it out. But also, before I dive into our topic of today, I also have a private group where you can get some training and get to build network in your profession. And you can go to chargeyourworth.com, and there is a professional group there of beauty professionals. Just come in, say hello, see what's around, poke around, just come in and join in, take a seat. So that's chargeyourworthacademy.com, and there's a link in the description of this video, and you could just click it, poke around, see if it's good for you. But I'll have trainings that is geared to just beauty professionals. And we're going to be bringing different people on to really, really help in that specific niche of that area. So we're going to get started into our topic today, which is all about boundaries. Business boundaries. I cannot stress to you, this is actually when I was thinking and preparing for the next episode, I was wanting to come from a place of being real, being relatable, and really giving you raw truth. There's a lot of things on the internet about everything regarding business, but I think there's something that we really don't really stress about business is the boundaries that you need in order to get to any level in your business. And I'm just going to keep it all the way real. It's something that I even struggle with, when I was new in my business. Every season that I grew and I elevated, I had to set new boundaries, and it was definitely not easy, because when I didn't have good boundaries in place, I found myself in a season of not really enjoying being a business owner. Why do we get in business? We get into business because we want freedom. We want time freedom. We want to be able to move at our own pace. We want to be able to, just make the money that we desire instead of making money for someone else. That is why we really get into business, or you start this entrepreneurship game, right? No one wants to just wake up and just say, hey, I'm just going to work today all day. Those are things that leads to recipe of disaster. And I think that sometimes we're not really thinking of our season of entrepreneurship and what it really takes. And boundaries is like having a box around your business and say, I'm not going here, I'm not going there, I'm doing this, I'm saying yes to this, I'm saying no to this. And it's something that I struggle with. And I realize that it's something that you are, especially during the pandemic, so many people have birth into this beautiful thing called entrepreneurship. But what they're not prepared for is how to set clear boundaries in your business. So things that you lack in your personal life will follow you into your entrepreneurship journey. So I'm just going to keep it really real. I struggle with procrastination, believe it or not. I struggle with it. And when I find myself working to the last second, I realize that somewhere along the lines, the boundaries that I set for myself, I did not stick to them. And when I don't stick to them, there's a result. It comes with a cost. That can be the lack of a lot of different areas in my life. So I wanted to just give you real, raw, relevant things to really consider about your business, because this is whether you are new in the entrepreneurship game, as a beauty professional, as a content creator, wherever you are in the entrepreneurship journey. You can be new, you can be a veteran, you can be seasoned, right, in your business, but there takes new boundaries, or just the word boundary, which sometimes can feel like a cuss word. But it's something that we really, really have to figure out. Where are we and what are we doing in our business? So let's just jump into it. What is boundaries, right? I mean, you hear this word and you're like, what is it? So for business boundaries, it helps you stay aligned to the vision for the business. Ultimately, there's a vision. There's a reason why you decided to get into business. You have this vision. It is so clear in your mind that you just know that people are going to benefit from your business. But you have to have boundaries. And it assures that you're spending the time in your business working on things that are relevant for your business. It's the priorities, the things that you need to be working on in your business. You really want to clearly communicate with your clients the boundaries that you have around your business. And there's something I teach in Charge Your Worth Academy, is that you can't just you can't just charge your premium prices that you're about to go to and don't have new policies and procedures set in place, not only for you as the CEO and the beauty professional, but also for the clients or the customers that you're now desiring to pay premium price. So you have to really be clear on the vision of where you're going, and then to stay in alignment with all the things that you wrote or that's in your mind, because you just want to have this great business, but it can end up running you. And I don't want that for you. So that is just what boundaries is all about. Staying in alignment of the vision, and know your vision. Don't let your vision be all cloudy. Make sure that you have written the vision out, because when you write it, you can then see it and you can know what alignment you are trying to stay in. When you're out of alignment, trust me, you will know it. It will feel off balance. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. Okay. And so there are like 5 key elements to running a business. And I don't think that sometimes when you have the vision, you don't even realize the different elements that it takes. And the reason why I'm going to cover the different elements is because I want you to understand that these key areas, which there are five key areas in your business, needs separate boundaries. It needs to be written out. That's the vision. Yeah. So you want people to buy your products, or you want people to come and get their services done with you. But if you as a CEO are not clear of the 5 key elements that need boundaries, you're going to find yourself unaligned in one of these areas. So I'm just going to run it through with you. Obviously, it's the profit, the financial part, the financial area of your business. Then you have the operation of your business. That is a second key pillar in your business. Then you have the communication pieces in your business. And that is articulating to clients, that is articulating to yourself, and everything encompassed around the communication of how people are going to effectively learn about your business, know about your business, and all of those different elements. Then you have you, the CEO, you are a key piece into your business. And I included this on purpose because if you don't see yourself as an entity in your business, I can guarantee you're going to suffer. And if you suffer as a CEO, guess what? There's areas in your business that will suffer. So you as a CEO is a pillar and a key foundation of your business. Then you're going to move into the opportunity. And I say this as like something that people might think is cliche, but the opportunity to learn, grow, and to transform your business, which is your mind, your mindset. Those are the key principles or the key elements to your business. So I talked about the money, which is your profit. I've talked about the operation. I've talked about communication. I talked about you, the CEO, and I've also talked about your mind. Those are key principles or key elements to your business. And honestly, if you don't have boundaries for all of those elements, something is going to get out of alignment. And I want you to always stick to your vision, because your vision is your anchor to why you're in business, right? If the vision is not written out and these key elements are not written out and articulated completely clearly where you can see it and illustrate it, it's going to be very hard for you to stay in alignment. And so you want to be thinking about these 5 areas in your business. Where do you see yourself as a CEO in a year from now? What are you doing in your business that is not helping your business, that might be harming your business, right? What financial pieces in your business do you want to get to? Not just about making the money, but what do I need to take away in order to then grow it massively? There's always things that you can be strategically aligning yourself within your business from a financial aspect, right? The operations piece, is things moving smoothly in your business? Do clients or customers that are coming in your business, do you have a good system in place? In Charge Your Worth Academy, I teach them from building a customer service strategy plan for every element of their business. And of course, they're like, why do we have to do this? It should be like a cycle. It should literally be a system that runs like an engine. Your operations is key to it. And if that is out of alignment, guess what? You don't have clear boundaries in that particular area. Okay. And then just having time to think and decide and to learn. You never know it all in this business. Who are you learning from? Like, honestly, you need a boundary around that. Who am I going to learn from? Why am I going to be taking advice from this person? Because honestly, you cannot listen to everybody. There's so much information out there, but I even had to put boundaries on how many podcasts I'm going to be listening to, how many things I'm going to ingest into my ear gates and my eye gates, because it can end up being confusing, and you don't want to drown out that voice, that CEO voice that's in your head that has the vision that you've written out. You need to have boundaries for that. Okay. So those are the 5 areas. I call it the business ecosystem. These 5 areas are key fundamentals to creating the boundaries. Okay. And so I'm setting you up so you'll understand where we're going. Okay. So this is just something that I want to cover. When you have a lack of boundaries, and I told you, honestly, I struggled with it myself as a new entrepreneur. When I first got started, I found myself in this hamster wheel of just doing everything. And it can easily lead you to burnout. But I will tell you, I would immediately get sick, immediately just fall like I couldn't do anything. My body needed rest. And I heard something yesterday, rest and relaxation is 2 totally different things. They are not the same thing. So don't think because I'm not doing anything, maybe I'm not at my computer or I'm not not doing clients' hair or anything like that, that I'm rested. There's a big difference between rest and relaxation. So when you don't have boundaries, these are some of the things that you're going to find yourself. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, I want you to listen clearly and see if any of these things you're struggling with. So are you feeling a little burnt out? And like, are you feeling a little overworked or overwhelmed? Do you run from conflict? Like you're like, ugh, I'm just going to avoid this client, or I'm going to avoid this part of my business because I just want to pretend that it's not there. Things that are costing you financially, right? You're like, oh, I have all these bills and I haven't really taken the time to really assess, or I have all these expenses in my business and I'm really just having a hard time figuring out where is all this money going to like come from, right? Is it costing you? Do you find yourself working with clients that really don't align with your business? Are you finding yourself that you're not having people that you really enjoy working, like they value what you do and they're your biggest fans of your business? Do you find yourself not working with people who really align with the vision you originally had, right? Do you find yourself exhausted after you get off of work? And now I want to set this straight. When I'm done from like doing anything, I'm tired, but I still have this excitement, right? I'm excited, I'm joyous, but I'm like, okay, I need a little rest. But do you find yourself like just drained? Like, oh, I do not want to do that. I am done. You're looking for the exit strategy, right? Are you finding yourself doing that? Because then you're not aligned to your why. And that's an area you need to ask yourself. Am I in alignment? Do I have good boundaries around this thing? Are you trying to do everything yourself? That is just one thing that I think in entrepreneurship, we immediately, because maybe when we start a business or we're used to doing stuff or we don't want to give trust to anybody else, we find ourselves not delegating and not automating certain things in our lives to make our lives easier. So you just find yourself doing everything. Hands up, I have done it. If you've done it, I know that is a struggle. If you've done that and you find yourself trying to do everything in your business, then you're going to lead yourself to burnout very, very easily. One of the main ways to scaling is by automating and delegating. Those are two things that we just need to do in order to get to anything, because you only got two hands. Your mind can only take but so much information and your body can only sustain but so much, which is why I teach my beauty professionals how to work less and generate more. Okay. Do you find yourself like being resentful to some of the clients, or having a little bit of attitude, or getting a little frustrated? Like, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you this, once, twice, three times? If you find yourself not staying in a professional zone in your business and really in a serving way into your business, which actually brings you the results of profit and having good relationships. If you find yourself being resentful in any area of your business, 9 times out of 10, you don't have healthy boundaries in this area for your business. And then, are you not serving your ideal clients? Like, just take an assessment. Am I aligned and serving my ideal clients? Because if I'm not, then I really don't have healthy boundaries. Then maybe I'm doing something completely wrong in my business that needs me to take a reassessment to say, what am I doing? And I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I know all too well when you're serving people who are just not meeting the mark. And you're like, why am I having these conversations? Like, especially if you're elevating your business, you find yourself that maybe the clients that you used to attract, you no longer want or desire to serve them anymore. And I give my students in Charge Your Worth Academy a cheat sheet on how to properly fire a client. They get a template on how to do this, but that's not what we're here for. And so let's just go into why business boundaries are important. This is what I can't stress to you. You need boundaries. It's nowhere around it. You cannot work like a hamster on a wheel. You just can't do that. So this really creates a healthy work-play balance. When you know what your boundaries are, you want to create a good balance of being the CEO and stepping away from the business and doing all the other things that you enjoy. You're not going to have this fear FOMO where you're like missing out of being in your business. These are the things that you need. This is a necessity for you in your business. It is mandatory that you take time off to really just be who you are, to have a date with yourself, have a date with your family, have a date with your children, whatever it is that's important to you, to do something outside of that. So you need boundaries. This is mandatory. I cannot stress it. I'm going to stress it. It's mandatory for you to have a good work-play balance. It's not sustainable at all. It also gives you, having good, healthy boundaries will give you it will help you financially, because when you're able to assess what you are doing in your business, you now figure out financially, where are we going? You have actionable goals to get to, right? So having the ability to grow your team, like I've said earlier, I don't want to be a one-man show. I told you earlier, I'm all about community. And the only way that I'm going to get my message further is by bringing more people along. People have amazing gifts, amazing talents that can be an asset to my business. Why would I stand in the way and not create a boundary to network with great team members, to get people to see the vision, stay in alignment, and partner with me? That is the beautiful thing about having healthy boundaries, because my eye is on the prize that I cannot do everything. I want to build a great team around me that is going to help catapult the vision of why I'm in business. Okay. And so that is super, super, super key. And then just boundaries are something that it doesn't only affect you, it affects your personal life. I'm a mother and I'm a CEO of a business, and I'm also a wife. I need boundaries in my business to help me execute wisely with spending time with my family. If I am always working, I'm not really focused on the things that are truly important to me, which, yes, I can have success on my business, but if my marriage fails and if my relationships with my kids are not strong, to me, that's a bigger failure, because why am I leaving a legacy for my family? What is the whole point of me working? Yes, it is to get other people results and help them win. But ultimately, my last name is Prather. I need good foundation boundaries so that my family can thrive. I'm an asset to my family. I don't want to be a liability to my family. So I want you to really think about just having boundaries in so many different areas will help you succeed in your personal life, in your finances. You will win in other areas, but it's going to take something that we really, really struggle with. And I'm going to move you there. The power of these two words, yes and no. I cannot stress to you, I would like to say I'm a recovering yesaholic, okay? And I become a supporter of a no. Power of no. I really, want to think about when I was saying yes, what did it cost me? And I'm just going to keep it all the way 100 with you. When I used to say yes to certain things in my business, it would literally cost me something on the other side. So I want to ask you, to my listeners, to my viewers, what are you saying yes to in your business? Because even yes carries weight. And this is something that I share with my students before they join Charge Your Worth Academy. I always say that 3-letter word comes with a cost, but it comes with responsibility. So I have them write a letter to themselves to say, what is this yes costing me? Because if you say yes to investing in yourself, I want you to think about the boundaries or the things that you're going to have to say no to. See, yes is a beautiful thing. We're like, oh, yes, I'm winning. Yes, I'm doing this. Yes to good opportunities. But how many good opportunities are we saying yes to that is stopping us from the great opportunities? So when you're just saying yes to, oh, this sounds like a good idea, good and great are not the same. So what are you doing in your business? What are you saying yes to? Are you saying yes to every new product that comes out that will help your business, right? Are you saying yes to the person that sounds like a good assistant, but are they great? Are they bringing value to your business? See, yes has just as much cost as it does in no. No is a word that we feels like it's mean. It feels like, I shouldn't be saying that, I don't want to offend anybody. But I have to go back to my yes. Am I saying yes and using the phone all day, all night? Am I on the computer all day, all night? I got to get back to this client. Everything is not an emergency. And even the other day, being totally transparent and 100, I had an issue with something. A client of mine was looking for something particularly on my website, and I reached out. And honestly, I had to think about this. Is this important? No, this is really not important. This is something that I can get back to them in the morning. It was a little bit late past my working hours. And it cost me by reaching out to another individual that is responsible for this part of my business. This is beyond their yes. Why would I stretch that? So even it's going to come up all the time where you're going to have to put into place these boundaries. It's like, okay, this is not that important. Why am I taking care of this? So I just want you to think about, what are you saying yes to that is costing you? Now, it can cost you something great, or it can cost you something good, or even your yes can cost you to something else that you're saying no to. So when you're constantly saying yes, what no are you saying to? Because you're saying no to maybe the opportunity that will get you to scale, that will get you to get leverage in your business. So yes is just as powerful as no. So let's move on to the no. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to say anything after no, and it doesn't have to come off mean and malicious, but know what you are going to say no to. So there's certain things that I, at this season of my life, cannot participate in. I don't even use my cell phone as often. I talk to my extended family on weekends. That's when I'm off. While I'm at work, I really choose not to use my phone. Why? Because it's a boundary for me that I had to set up in order to stay focused in the desire and the vision that I have going for Charge Your Worth Academy, or even my product hairline. Anything of those things encompass, I cannot share my time with my phone while I'm present in my business. So no comes with a high responsibility, and it feels uncomfortable, but I want you to kind of get used to saying the words no. No doesn't mean that it's mean or stop. It could be no for right now. It could be no that, okay, this is not the season. No to spending this amount of money. No could be very powerful as much as yes. When you're constantly saying yes, you're saying no to something else through your body language, through not returning calls, through anything. You're saying no to something. And I want you to just understand that the power of yes has a cost, and the power of no also has a huge cost. So what is it costing you? What are you saying yes to, and what are you saying no? If you just this gets you thinking, what are you saying yes to that you're like, I probably should stop saying yes? Put that in the comments. If you are saying no to some things that you're like, maybe I might be saying no to something that makes me fearful. Maybe I need to invest in a certain area in my business, but I'm too afraid, so I keep saying no. You see how those words are interchangeable, and it can hinder you either way, but having a compass and a boundary around, what am I saying yes to? What am I saying no to? We all have a lot of key things in our business, and especially when you're a one-person show, you have to think about all these things. And I have my students in Charge Your Worth Academy, I have them write out a policy that's like, okay, in every area of their business, there needs to be a policy. There has to be policies in place for themselves to hold themselves accountable, because there's going to come a time where your boundary might be crossed and you have to enforce it. And then you might feel bad about it, but have I stuck to my own vision of the business? You always going to come back to that vision. So when it's not written out, you don't really have a strategic plan for how to handle when that comes up, because you're going to either have to say yes, or you're going to have to say no. So yes and no come with a big cost. Okay. I want to just stress that to you. So let's just get into some action steps with setting boundaries. So this is something that I have. It's a small version of what I go through in Charge Your Worth Academy. But because the audience is so broad, we have entrepreneurs, we have content creators, I wanted to cover things that can be utilized in your business right away. Okay. So I'm going to start not in order, but writing the vision down, right? Write it out. When it's here, you cannot articulate all the time. It's just stuck there. When you write a vision out, it becomes clear, black and white, and it leads you to, when you write it out, when you hire your team member or you take on a staff member, you now have something in black and white, a blueprint to help them now partner with your vision. And so writing it out is key. Another thing is pause and reset. a lot of times when you find yourself getting out of order, or you're getting out of alignment with the boundaries that you had set, I want you to just pause and reset. And when I say reset, I mean just stop. It's okay. Take 24 to 48 hours and literally just chill and do something that is fun. Because my husband tells me this all the time: step away from the business and stop trying to just do everything that's stuck in your mind, because you're at frustration. And when you're at a place of frustration and out of alignment and out of rhythm, you'll find yourself still trying to go against a wall, and you're going to hit a brick wall and it's going to hit you back. You're going to fall, but the wall's going to keep standing. So if you're tired of going to a brick wall and running into it, pause and reset. Just chill. Find something that makes you joyous. I just discovered just last night, I like coloring. I was feeling a little bit anxious and I was like, let me start coloring for my 4-year-old's project. But anyway, it actually helped me to calm and decompress. Never would I have tried it because I was helping him with his homework, but realistically, it actually calmed me down, something, and takes you away. So whatever that is, what's your pause and reset? What is it that you're going to do to just say, when I get out of alignment, what's going to bring me right back? I know that exercise works for me. I just discovered coloring works for me. Adult coloring. It's actually fun. But yes, what is that? Then I want you to think of what is the have a communication audit. And what I suggest is, what are my forms of communication? Period. Am I answering my phone, or am I answering text messages? How many emails am I going to communicate through email, or how many emails am I sending a day? What is priority for emails? What is priority for phone calls? What is priorities to maybe answering text messages? Also, you want to just think about, when I say communication audit, I also want you to have set time of when you are on your phone. I know for me, at one point, I had to literally say my phone completely cuts off at 6:00, and that if they wanted to reach me behind other hours, they really were able to reach me via email. And that's something you must put in, like, your policies, put it on your website, make sure it's clearly articulated all over the place. I know with even social media, you need a break from it, especially in this digital day and time. Everything is online. I'm coming to you online, and I'm in your podcast, in your eardrums. You need to understand that so much information might not be that healthy for you. Communication, how are you intergesting communication? You can learn from a lot of people, but you have to put a stop to it, because you don't want to find yourself on this learning hamster wheel and you're not getting anywhere. So set some firm foundations and some blueprints of, how am I going to communicate? How am I going to deal with a client who may not be happy with everything I'm doing? All of those things encompass to how are you going to reach and communicate clients. And it doesn't have to be from a negative place. You just have to think about, what is the boundaries I have set for myself in this area called communication of my business. Okay. Having a meeting with your coins, with your money, that is key. What are the boundaries? We see budget, that word, we don't really like it, but honestly, having a budget is literally having a boundary around your money. Money coming into your business, money coming out of your business. You have to have a date with your money. There's going to be tons of things that you're going to want to buy. There's going to be tons of things that's going to make your business feel like, oh, this is going to automate my life and make it easier. But have you had a meeting with your budget to really help you strategically say, can the business afford that? Not that I have it in my bank account, because you might have money in your bank account, but that doesn't mean, is that money accounted for? Can I go to this network event? Can I do this? Can I go out to dinner? Have a meeting with your money. Something that we do in Charge Your Worth Academy is I have them do a financial analysis, and we call it the Yummy Money spreadsheet, right? So we have a date with our money, and we do that every single week, because as CEOs, this is one thing. We want to make money, but you got to tell your money what it's going to do. Otherwise, the money is going to be running you, and you don't want to become a slave to anything in your business, any area. And so that's one of the reasons why we have boundaries. The next thing I have to say, budgeting your time. You got to budget your time. How much time are you as a CEO going to invest in your business, and how much time are you going to take away in your business? And so you think that, yes, I'm budgeting my money, but you are a key piece to your business. And if you don't budget your time, trust me, time is not something that we will ever get back. And we spend it so like it's just running time. Time is running out. We only got 24 hours in a day. So even if you're pushing the clock over and over and over, as a CEO and an entrepreneur, there's no need for you to run in your business. You're going to run yourself out. So figure out, how much time am I going to spend? What days off, whether you're new and whether you're a senior or you're a veteran in your business or you have a team, you need to have some downtime. It is important. You will run yourself raggedy. Been there, done it. And it ain't fun. It's not hard. It can actually cause you so much stress and so much pain in your business. So really sit down and figure out, how much time am I going to spend in my business? And we think immediately, I got to be there. I got to be present all the time. But having no time to like chill and audit and sit back and pause and reset, not going to be a key thing. Not at all. And so lastly, FAQs. I put this in here because clients, when you're dealing with clients, they're going to teach you a lot about your business. And there's things that they will share with you that you really like, I never even thought about that, because you're only thinking from, producing things to your client. But honestly, questions that they might have, you can then add it to your business. So having FAQs in your business also helps you to have boundaries. I always tell, put your FAQs in a social media content and a video content, put it everywhere on your website, which I call it your digital home. That's your digital address. Because ultimately, if people are clients, or even if you forget as a CEO, you can go back and say, okay, what are some of these things? Those are key things to creating boundaries, right? Your FAQs is what will help you in order to stay in alignment for the vision that you had for your business. So these are just some simple ways of setting boundaries and things that you can actually articulate in your business, write down and illustrate. Okay, these are the areas. I need communication boundaries. I need time boundaries. I need money management boundaries. I need to make sure that this is all written out. I need to have some downtime and some self-care time. What does that look like? And how am I not going to go above that? All of these different things. And is it written out? Are the policies clear? Do my clients know where they can find these policies and procedures? And actually, I say policies and procedures are another word of saying boundaries. That's all it is. So do they know where this all encompasses? Or are we just in our business and running it and not even thinking of where we're trying to go? Ultimately, for business in general, you're going to find yourself coming to this key principle, which is just boundaries. And if you don't have them, you're going to find yourself a little bit burnt out and overworked. And I don't want that for any entrepreneur, especially because we're in the season of people launching new things and going to a new level. It's like, I don't want to work for nobody. Start with the boundaries, because it's going to help you for when success, whatever that success looks like in your mind, when it decides to come and when it breaks and you are starting to leverage other areas in your life. Make sure you start there, because you'll find yourself just working and the business is going to be running you. And ultimately, why did you get in business? You got into business to create an impact, to leave a legacy, and to inspire and encourage other people. And people using your particular products, you as a CEO need to make sure that you are clear on what you will do, what you will say yes to, what you say no to. And it's super, super important. So before I just want to give you this last bit. It's something that I wrote out, and I want you to think of boundaries, because this is what it ultimately is. Being aware of what is unacceptable and normalize saying no. Do what is best for you. And know that it's not your responsibility to please others with your time and energy. That is boundaries. That is ultimately what boundaries are all about. And honestly, it's something that I have to recite over and over and over, because I'm not going to tell you that as soon as you write out the boundaries, it's just going to click. You have to then implement it. And that can get really challenging for anybody. I cannot tell you that. It gets a little challenging because your boundaries are going to be crossed so many different ways from so many different people. And if you don't have the clarity of what your boundaries are, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be shaken, and you have to be very, very clear on what you will engage with and what you will not engage with. So I'm not telling you that you're just going to write the vision out and boom, the boundaries are going to come and you're just going to be like, nope. You're going to have to constantly keep reminding yourself and the people that you're going to be dealing with or getting involved with, that there's a boundary for you in any area, and they are going to change. Be comfortable with change. They are going to change. When I was new in an industry, becoming a hairstylist, I didn't have certain boundaries. Things didn't bother me as much, or I didn't know that I needed a boundary in that particular area because it wasn't a trigger for me or it didn't come up. But as I grew up and developed and my business started to scale, I realized that I needed some separation. And you as a CEO in your business, working in your business for your business, because you are an entity within your business, you're going to have to set it. So write the vision out and keep adding to it. And if something comes along the way and you're just like, this is something I need to kind of figure out because I don't want my business to be running me, and then by all means, you're going to have to get back to pen and paper. Your boundaries will always be something that is constantly growing and constantly changing. So before we close out, I'm going to go to another ad break and I'll see you shortly.
Hi, I'm Angelica Prather. I have some exciting news. I'm on TV. Yes, you heard me right. I'm on television. The Chair's Blueprint is coming to you in the midst of your home, sitting on the couch with a blanket, in the midst of your salon suite, in the midst of your break room, or it can be your Monday's educational class for your employees in the salon. So what does that mean? Let me just tell you what that means, okay? You can download Dream World Media Group on your Roku television or on your Roku device. It's free. All you have to do is download, open, and connect with me live. And if you miss it, don't worry, it's on demand. You can watch it over and over and over again. So let's connect, share with your family and friends, hair besties, and let's go. Bringing some gems, dropping the best of the best in the industry, giving you all that I have so that you can win in your business. Let's go.
Well, that was an amazing ad by Dream World Media Group, and they are sponsoring this podcast and this live broadcast, and I'm very grateful for them. And it's a beautiful thing that I get to spread my message being on a Roku TV app. It's so amazing when you have a vision and it's actually able to come true. We've partnered with some amazing people to help this message get out there, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So, of course, today, before we get ended on our amazing journey walking through boundaries, I just simply want to say thank you. And if anything resonated with you about boundaries, or you're struggling, you're on a struggle bus with boundaries, and you are just like, what? After what I've been hearing, maybe I need to do something. Maybe there's an action step that I need to take. And I really haven't been thinking about these things. I've just been operating in my business and running it. I hope that today's message was very motivating and inspiring to help you to look at your entrepreneurship journey, to not go down a rat race. I mean, I know when most people who started working from a 9 to 5 or a 10 to 6, whatever it is that your hours of operation were when you were working for someone, and now that you're working for yourself, you have all this freedom, but you got to put parameters around it, because ultimately, why are you an entrepreneur? Why are you a beauty professional? Why are you a content creator? It's going to come with a cost, but understand and hold yourself anchored to the why, and make sure that your why is partnered with some healthy business boundaries. I don't want anyone to be on a struggle bus. And that's why I thought it was very important to come on and talk about something that we don't often we're not sitting at the dinner table having a kiki about business boundaries. We're just saying, you hear the word floating around, and there are some amazing tools out there to help you. There's some amazing books of guidelines that will really help you. Go seek that, seek it out, and you can share this video with someone that needs help with boundaries in any area, because ultimately, when we're trying to grow and develop anything, we need community to help us. And maybe if they're not listening, share it with them because they're like, maybe they need some help. Help them out, okay? So I hope that this week's episode was able to help you. Next week we have a guest. We have our first guest that is going to be with us in the building, and her name is Samara Andrews, and I'm looking forward to having her on. So next week we go live at Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you would love to connect with me, my social media links are listed in the description of the video. But if you are listening, you can find me at angelicaprather.com. I'm there live every Wednesday. I'm also on Instagram. I am Angelica D. Prather. I'm also on Facebook at Coach Angelica Prather. And you can find me on LinkedIn, and I'm Angelica Prather there. And if you are a beauty professional and you are ready to connect with some powerhouses and some action takers, you can join chargeworthacademy.com, where we have a beauty professional group there, and we're just going to be sharing and networking and helping us all grow together. Remember, the Chairs Blueprint is here to help you build your strategic blueprint and to take your seat on the throne. So have a wonderful and blessed day. I'll see you soon. Bye.